Hello, darlings. You're welcome to Z Star Africa, your home of sizzling drama recaps. Let's dive deep into the unsolved mysteries, emotional twists, shocking dangers, and heart-stopping moments in Lost in Love's upcoming episodes. A story that will keep you on the very edge of your seats. From Neil giving his all to help Sai win her school competition, to Savi uncovering a crucial lead on Rithi's kidnapping, only to watch it brutally terminated before her eyes, to Neil being shot while trying to save Savi, and finally, Rithi's intense dramatic rescue from her kidnappers. Every moment burns with suspense and heartbreak. Please like and turn on your notifications for more of your favorites. It only gets more interesting. Let's dive in. It all begins with a tense confrontation as Savi warns Neil to stay away from Sai after the school competition. Neil defends his bond with the little girl, but Savi accuses him of using her daughter to keep tabs on her. Their heated exchange is cut short when Sai runs up and hugs Neil tightly, thanking him for helping her win the competition. Before leaving, Sai blows him a flying kiss, leaving Neil smiling, but Savi quickly blocks his number, determined to end any contact. On their way home, the mood takes a dark turn when their cab suddenly veers off route. Savi instantly recognizes the driver's voice. It's Murti. Acting fast, she distracts Sai with earphones, then attacks Murti in fury, warning him to stay away from them. But Murti threatens her instead, saying that if she doesn't pay the next installment within 4 days, Rithi will be harmed. Terrified yet composed, Savi drags Sai out and takes another ride. Meanwhile, Neil feels an unexpected warmth thinking about Sai's joy. He tries to message her but realizes she's blocked him. Still, he sends a final text saying he misses her. Just then, Yash arrives and hands him Rithi's contact information. Later, Neil receives a mysterious parcel. At the same time, Rithi refuses to eat, and Murti desperately tries to comfort her. At Neil's house, Yash reveals that the parcel contains Tej's university results. She has topped the class. But instead of celebration, silence fills the room. Neil quietly walks away, while Manjari watches him with sadness, wishing he would find someone who could truly share both his happiness and his pain. Bhagyashree grows restless after days without hearing from Rithi. Savi tries to calm her, saying Rithi might just be busy or stressed, but Bhagyashree's heart tells her something is wrong. She decides that if Rithi doesn't reach out by tomorrow, she'll fly to the USA herself, no matter how far it is. Moved by her determination, Savi quietly promises to protect Rithi, no matter the cost. Later, Sai asks Savi for her phone to call Neil, since her own isn't working. But Savi cleverly distracts Sai and blocks Neil's number before handing over the phone, ensuring Sai can't reach him. Elsewhere, Neil celebrates Tejaswini's university success, but feels alone with no one to share his happiness. He tries calling Sai, but the call doesn't go through. Disheartened, he heads to a place that reminds him of her, unaware she's also trying to reach him. When a drunk man jokes about his own wife blocking him, Neil suddenly realizes Savi must have blocked his number in Sai's phone. Heartbroken, he drinks and drowns in memories of Sai. That night, Savi wakes up from a nightmare of Murti hurting Rithi. She rushes outside upon hearing Neil's voice and finds him drunk, desperate to see Sai. When she tries to stop him, Neil confronts her, accusing her of keeping him and Sai apart. Savi threatens to call the police, but Neil breaks down, crying that nothing, not even her, will keep him away from Sai anymore. Eventually, Neil stumbles home, leaving Jitu and Manjari shocked by his drunken state. While Neil swears he won't let Savi take his little Pookie away, Manjari sees a spark of hope, but Jitu worries the damage between them may be too deep. By morning, Savi feels uneasy when she sees Sai drawing Neil's picture, while Neil, sober and regretful, tries to call Savi to apologize, only to realize she's blocked him. Still determined, Neil secretly follows Savi, Sai, and Bhagyashree to the hospital. Savi takes Bhagyashree into the doctor's office, only to freeze when she realizes Neil is the doctor in charge. Embarrassed, she tries to leave, but Bhagyashree questions her sudden reaction. Neil, sensing the tension, remarks teasingly that maybe Savi doesn't trust his medical skills, earning a sharp glare from her. As Bhagyashree opens up about her asthma and the pain of losing her son and being estranged from her daughter, Neil gently encourages her, until she firmly tells him to just focus on her treatment. Elsewhere, Marty plays mind games with Riddhi, showing her pictures of Savi and Neil to convince her that Savi doesn't really care. Crushed by the thought, Riddhi breaks down in tears. Maruti's bitterness deepens as he recalls his own rejection by Srichand. When Riddhi grows anxious about Nagraj's return, Maruti pretends to protect her, hiding his darker intentions. Later, Neil confronts Savi, admitting how much he misses Sai. He tells her he stopped by their home, but respected her wishes to stay away. He pleads that Sai needs him emotionally, revealing that she even called him late at night for comfort. Though Savi warns him to keep his distance, the moment softens when Sai runs to Neil and hugs him tightly. During a Father's Day celebration, Neil joins Sai in cutting the cake, both silently wishing things could be different. Just when peace seems possible, danger returns. Nagraj is spotted at the hospital, sending everyone into panic. Savi chases him but loses sight, finding only his dropped Aadhaar card. Neil witnesses everything, while Keshav alerts Nitin, news that sends Srichand into a rage. Fearing exposure, Srichand threatens Maruti, who vows to eliminate Nagraj for good. Ignoring all warnings, Savi traces Nagraj to his home, with Neil following closely behind. Savi confronts Nagraj's wife, asking if the house belongs to him. The woman admits it does, but insists he's not home and refuses to give his number before slamming the door shut. Savi peers through the window and overhears the truth. Nagraj's wife is hiding him inside. She begs him to stop living in fear, but Nagraj snaps, confessing he defied Maruti by assaulting Riddhi and vowing revenge. Furious, Savi bursts in and attacks him. Neil arrives just in time to see the chaos unfold as Nagraj's wife tries to protect her husband. Nagraj shoves Neil aside and bolts out of the house, with Savi, Neil, and his wife chasing after him. When Savi finally corners him, she threatens him with a trishul, demanding to know where Riddhi is. Before he can speak, a masked biker shoots him and speeds away. Shocked and helpless, Savi stares at Nagraj's lifeless body as Neil gently wipes the blood from her face. Inspector Keshav and Nitin soon reach the scene, questioning Savi. Nagraj's wife almost confesses everything, but Neil warns her that admitting to hiding a fugitive could get her jailed. Terrified, she changes her story, claiming Savi and Neil were only trying to save Nagraj. When Nitin presses for more details, Savi snaps that she has every right to go wherever she wants and walks off with Neil. On the way, Neil offers to drop her home. Though she refuses at first, he insists. Shaken and heartbroken, Savi mutters that if she can't find Riddhi, she'll have no choice but to return to Switzerland. Leaving Neil stunned and full of questions she refuses to answer. Meanwhile, Maruti fumes over Savi's interference. When Riddhi asks what's wrong, he manipulates her, claiming only Savi can secure her freedom. Desperate and confused, Riddhi agrees to help him. Soon after, Savi receives a horrifying video of Riddhi tied up, begging for help. Maruti calls to mock her, boasting that Nagraj is dead by his command. He threatens that if Savi doesn't launder money for him, he'll force Riddhi to do it instead. Terrified for her sister's life, Savi agrees. Later, Neil calls Savi using his brother's phone and asks to meet urgently at a cafe. There, he warns her that Nitin suspects her in Nagraj's murder, though he defended her innocence. Neil then shares a chilling theory. The person who kidnapped Riddhi could be the same one responsible for Teju and Rajat's deaths, and may have killed Nagraj to silence him. Savi shows him a video of Riddhi pleading for help, and because of the cafe noise, they move to Neil's car to analyze it further. They notice a bhajan playing faintly in the background, which gives Savi a clue. She believes Riddhi is near the ongoing Varkali Paidal Yatra. Though Neil doubts it, he agrees to help, and his brother Yash assists in mapping the Yatra route. With Yash's help, they locate the Varkali group. Mistaking them for a married couple, the group blesses them, and Savi awkwardly clarifies the misunderstanding. She asks for their help to find Rithi, and the group agrees. Under the guise of distributing prasad, they start checking houses near Ganesh Chowk. As the search continues, Neil quietly shields Savi from the heat with an umbrella, while she later offers him water in return, a small moment of care between the two. Meanwhile, Rithi nervously asks Marty what he'll do if Savi refuses his demands. Marty assures her he'll take care of her, unlike her cruel kidnapper. But when he steps out, Rithi grabs his phone and manages to call Savi, ending the call abruptly just as Marty returns. Back at Ganesh Chowk, only one house remains unchecked. Determined, Savi decides to investigate, but Neil insists on joining her. She hesitates, not wanting to risk his life. When Neil asks softly if she's afraid of losing him, Savi's defenses crumble. She admits she can't bear to lose another loved one. Moved, Neil looks at her and asks gently, "So, am I one of your loved ones now?" Savi warns Neil not to come with her, reminding him she's trained for danger while he isn't. But Neil is determined to help find his wife's killer and refuses to back down, despite Yash's warnings. To reach Marty's hideout, Savi and Neil blend into the Yatra crowd. Spotting an X mark on a door, Savi tricks Neil into performing a ritual to wash his face and locks him inside, entering the hideout alone. Inside, Rithi pleads with Marty to escape, revealing she had secretly called Savi using his phone. Angered, Marty destroys the phone but is briefly moved by her concern and hugs her. Savi then confronts Marty's henchmen, fighting them off as Rithi clings to her, terrified. Nitin arrives with the police and arrests the henchman. When he asks why Savi is there, she proudly reveals she was the one who called them, adding a sarcastic jab at Nitin for arriving just in time to take credit. Meanwhile, Neil escapes from the locked room and spots Marty fleeing. He gives chase, but Marty shoots him before escaping. Neil collapses from the injury, and Savi rushes to him. She manages to wake him, and he weakly asks if he's still alive. Yash checks on him and breathes in relief while Savi reassures Neil with a small, tender remark that he is still alive. Later, Yash drives Savi, Rithi, and Neil back. Savi checks on Rithi, who says she's safe. Meanwhile, Bhagyashree and Sai prepare to leave for the airport. Back home, Rithi clings to Savi in an emotional hug, finally reunited and overwhelmed with relief. That's a wrap, darlings. See you in the next. Much love.